Pounders, what is up? Hope everyone had a great 4th of July weekend. Tonight, we're going to be ripping the Pitbull, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 8, 9, and 10. Correction. There it is. Shout out to Jordan dropping the spoons early. Smooth criminal in here. Adam saying he likes the 30-second ones. And Jason, same thing. Tonight, we are on a time crunch. We're going to rip all 3 drafts. So if you guys want to join this one, I believe we are waiting on 2 people. We did tip off the YouTube members as well as the Patreon members. We're waiting on 2 for a 15-second draft. And let's go, Jared says. We are going to be just showing our exposures for this contest. So I want to sort of get these time box contests down and just see what my exposure is for these set contests as well, especially in this one where it's a 10 entry max. We're drafting at different periods of time. I want to see if I'm getting those stacks. And right now, looks like we've been sort of lucky with the 1 and 2 spot. No Amon-Ra, no Hill. So it is interesting to look at these contests where we've only done a few of them. And maybe we make some 50-50 decisions there. But another way to make a good coin flip decision is seeing the week 17 correlation, obviously, but looking at your combinations, right? So I also have this set to our 7 teams that we've done so far. I have 1 CeeDee Lamb team, and it's with Davante Adams. So maybe getting a little different here with this squad. If you guys are interested in this overlay as well as the draft tools, I call it the Portfolio Optimizer. Bestballoverlay.com, promo code all caps. Pounders for 33% off. Looks like this guy might be on auto, and I'm not sure how long it takes these rooms to fill as well. What's up, Bobby? GM. This is my exposure for 7 drafts, right? So 14%, I guess, is 1 draft. 29% would be 2 teams out of the 7. Really just want to see this contest specifically. Good intentions. What's up, brother? Welcome to the live stream, man. Let's see who we have in here with us. J-Dubs, I see in the 8 spot, paid at 7. That might be it for Pounders in this one. If you guys snuck in here with us, let me know where you're drafting from, and we can read out your squad. So far, it's just going right off of ADP. Davante Adams, where we have him ranked versus where he goes at 19. Pretty sure that's going to fall directly. No, 23. So we did actually get a nice little slide in Davante Adams with our first CeeDee Lamb share in this contest. So we should be getting different with this second click. Garrett Wilson at 11. I'm always interested what the 12 spot does here. Gibbs in London, Gibbs in Harrison, Gibbs in Debo. Goes Gibbs and Harrison. I think we saw a pounder go Gibbs and Debo. I don't remember who it was, but it was on the live stream in the 12 spot. In a contest that fills quick. And obviously you have that week 17 correlation. I think it's smart. Good Intention says, in the Discord right now, you like Rome or BTJ? Got Bijan, Adams, Neighbors, Hurts, and Andrews. I'd probably go Rome in that spot. It seems like Rome's fallen a good amount. So I'd probably mix in Rome there. Olave at 16, Ayuk, Samuel at 17, Nico at 18. And we've seen actually Nico rise. He's been one of the sneaky risers in the first round. It's not all that much, but it is still 1 full spot in ADP in the last week. He's up 1.1. Which I mean it makes a difference if they continue to rise like that. Ooh. We wanted Devonta Smith, obviously, for that week 17, but we can go Mike Evans here. I'm not going to be focusing really week 16 all that much, especially with the final being 1 out of 5. Like, You could even convince me that it's more important to push week 15 correlation than week 16 correlation, because week 15 is 1 out of 6. Ooh, all right. Let's bring in DK here. Let's go DK. And we're off. 3 wide receiver start. We don't go direct. Yeah, we kind of do. It's right off ADP, which I don't overly mind because it's a unique combo for us. But some of the other things you can do in this spot, I don't think it's really minus EV at all, especially if you push it to week 17. Having a unique combination, words, brain, with Cooper Kupp. If you're reaching up over a few wide receivers, if you can honestly sell yourself on him belonging in that tier, we've spoken about mixing players in like that in these time box contests that are going to fill. And even if, one of those players does fall in the next 2 months, it won't matter. Like, you'll have that unique combo, and how many people are doing that. And I think it's smartest when you have players in that same tier. And I do think you can put Kupp in with this tier of DJ Moore, Neighbors, Metcalf, Mike Evans. I even have him above DJ Moore. Yeah, I'm okay with I'm coming around to it. I'm trying to, at least. I still would probably just rather Dell. Excuse me. And I'm curious if anyone else has that same feeling. Like, would you rather tank Dell at his price over Nico? And it's a little different than in the big board, right? Because in the big board, hands down, tank Dell. Like, I was completely ignoring Nico Collins. We can go to the exposures. It's gruesomely low. And tank Dell really gets the bigger rise. And rightfully so, in my opinion. And then you have the fall from Diggs. It's like, okay, now I'll start to mix in Diggs in this spot. Now that he's fallen a good amount, but who do we want to come back to us at 47? Could be chalk with a player like Lamar. You have the 1 spot. How did I not see this? The 1 spot goes 3 RBs. It's good to know. Lamar goes at 45. I don't mind. I really don't mind Pacheco here. I'm just curious what he's going to do. I really don't. I don't care if we get a wide receiver in this range. We could. It's a little risky. We could go Mahomes and try to push Rice. Rice's ADP is 68. Oh, he's going Brown and Mahomes. He's going Brown and Mahomes. 1 spot, having fun. Yeah. We'll see if he can recover. If he goes elite QB here, it could get gross for him. He doesn't. Let's go Jaden Reed. Let's bring Reed up. I have so much. Even in this contest, we have 43% Ridley. I got to crack a window. It's warm in the basement today. Good thing we got pants on. Good thing. Good thing we put pants on today, boys. First time. Who would have thought? Godwin at 55. He's been consistently rising. Let's see Godwin's numbers. Yeah, Godwin's up 8 spots in the last month. He's up almost half a spot in the last week. The market is just pushing up receivers. And you're going to see that theme continue all the way through July, through August. They're going to continue to push up these receivers. James Cook at 59. Mahomes goes at 56, which I think's a really good spot because you have a much higher chance of getting Rice at 65 than you do at 71. And if I'm in a room where I know there's no pounders in it, I will take that risk sometimes with Mahomes on the front end of the board and try to get Rice. But in sharper rooms, in rooms with pounders, people watching content, it's harder and harder to push Rashee Rice these days. So I hope, let's see if J-Dub secures the stack. He does. He does. Mr. Worldwide. Mr. What's up, Tyler? Just got Godwin at 63. Bobby, I like this. It's true. Wide receiver groups like the Bears and Texans, where the depth chart is assumed by the market, I tend to just take the cheapest option. I mean, you can win two different ways. My worry with the Bears is, does the ball just get spread around where none of them end up being a great pick? Pick 71. I like Deontay Johnson here. I like going Ferg as well. Let's bring in Ferg first. I just said screw ADP. We're obviously going to go for Dak at 95. But this sort of also makes sure that no one should be reaching on Dak, or no one on the back here can go Ferguson and Dak as a stack. It should secure it. It should secure it. Do we bring in Deontay Johnson here for this week 17 correlation with DK Metcalf? No, not DK. It's Mike Evans, Tampa Bay. Let's do that. A little 0-1-5-1 start. The reach up on Ferg. Hopefully that secures Dak coming back to us. And Will Shipley, the bring back you need for week 17. Of course. 48.5 point total in that game right now. And those odds are subject to change, and they automatically update. All right, Kyler goes off at 75, paired with Trey McBride. Mark Andrews, DeAndre Hopkins, Brian Thomas, Keon Coleman goes right before the Josh Allen drafter. He didn't seem to mind. He insta-clicked C-Watt. 29%. So again, this is 7 drafts. This is just the Pitbull ADPs, or exposures, excuse me. So this is 2 out of the 7. 2 out of the 7 on Ferg. Yeah. We are still high for our season-long all contests. Jordan says, I've done the Ferg reach for the same reason. Right, and you're getting 3 players in the same range, which a lot of teams will not have. Like Ferguson, Dak, and name your player in this range that you like. What are your thoughts on the $20 buy-ins versus $75? Yeah, I know. The Pitbull was $75 last year. I honestly think because the Sprint is available for $50, they want to hit a different price point. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Dalmatian up next. Sort of seems like they ping pong, like high stakes, low stakes. Try to give something for everyone. But those Dalmatian drafts, single entry last year and the 3 entry max, those were fun. We saw the first one this year was a 3 entry. Paul, I love the structure of this contest. I love the structure of these contests. If this was open like at all times, I would just be entering these at all times. 28,000 people. It's a 2 out of 12, 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5. Relatively small final with 156. Just beautiful. And it's not like this is $200, right? So if you make the finals, it's not just your money back if you maxed it. It's a 2.5x. So it's a little more top heavy, which I appreciate. All right, we secured Dak. This guy, I don't know if he can be trusted. So why trust him? There's no reason to. There's no reason to. You know, when you see a guy go 3 RBs in a row, you know they're a wild man. Yeah, I just posted a 3 RB start on the Twitter machine. But, falling values, boys. Falling values. Unique combinations. No way. No way. The 107 and 108 5 times. Took Bijan in all 5. Going all in, baby. Going all in. I sort of like this. I think we're doing this. Let's bring in B-Rob. Let's bring in B-Rob as our RB2. Nice little balanced start. 1-2-5-1. We have the week 16 thing going on, which is just, it's whatever in this contest. I'm just focusing really in this one, just building good advance rate teams. Like, I don't think you really have to Galbrain this one at all. Still want to get a little, mix as many minis as you can for correlation week 17 in games that you like, but 156, it's not like you have to hit the nuts. Pounders, Raphael in the house. What's up, baby? TP goes off, Njoku at 103. Palmer at 104 to J-Dubs. Romeo Dobbs. Let me drop the promo. 24-hour live stream. 24 hours straight at 2K subs. If you're not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like. Help share the video with other people. The 10 spot going wild. A little 4 RBs in a row with Rashad White, Alvin Kamara, Zamir White, and Singletary after a 4 wide receiver start and a Rich at QB. Could be nice. Nick Bach in the house. What's going on, dude? Trey Benson at 109. Shakir. I'm not seeing really anyone go off the rails. No double elite tight end teams. We had the 3 RB start, but he's trying to recover. He's up to 5 receivers and an elite, semi-elite tight end. I think the question is, does Myers hurt Bowers or does Bowers hurt Myers? Or both. Nick, join in the spoons, the Maxer. Let's go. For the CSV rankings as well as the BBM draft guide, updated every 20%. Give us Brandon Cooks. Give us Brandon Cooks. Give us Brandon Cooks. We feel good about this. We feel good about this. Let's see current ADP. Yeah, he was next available. Let's bring in Cooks here. We bring in the triple stack. Okay. I like getting a double stack at least with my pocket passing QBs. The triple is fine. If it doesn't mean we think they're all going to go off in the same game, but Brandon Cooks could be good for his price. Could be a good advance rate play. Do we go like Zeke here feels, I will say Zeke here feels wrong. Late QB options are kind of gross. Maybe we can do like a Hunter Henry, Demario Douglas, or Polk or something. Do we just reach up for Polk here? And then we double tap RB on the way back around. Do we go Charbonnet here? Let's go Polk. Let's get weird. We're probably going to double tap RB in this spot. So knowing Polk won't come back to us, bringing him to a weird side of the board as well. I thought his ADP was close to 130, 133. It's 139, so he definitely falls to the side. Let me actually check the landscape on Polk if he's been rising. I want to say he has been rising, like pretty consistently. Yeah, he's up 2.8 spots this week alone. He's probably one of the bigger risers on the board. Let me see. Come on, BBM. You got to update, baby. There we go. Wide receivers. Douglas. Both pass receivers are up there. Yeah, he's in the top 5. 2.8 spots. Rashee Rice. The steam, boys. The steam, I'm telling you. That's why we got up to 20% when we could. And still 68, like he could be a player that's not going to slow down until he gets to like 60, 61. Brandon Cooks is in there too. Grabbing some risers this draft. Yeah, Nick says the triple stack feels more doable in these advanced structures. I agree. This is a similar advanced structure to the Dalmatian last year. The first Dalmatian is... So we ended up coming in 4th in, and that had... I want to say it was 2 out of 6, 2 out of 6. So 1 out of 6, 1 out of 5. A little harsher, but again, this is a much bigger contest. Like 28,000. That's a big boy contest with some big boy prizes. 100K, 50K. Ah, God, I do love the structure of this one. I wish this was a 20 max. That in the house, get your guys. Yeah, you have to. You have to get your guys. Because if you don't, someone else will. Hunter Henry is still there. What do we... We probably want... We can't do Chubb on this specific team. I'm okay with Ty Chandler in this spot. Wonder, are you guys worried about Cam Akers? We had someone ask that last week. The Cam Akers signing in Minnesota. Maybe Jaleel McLaughlin here. We need someone that's going to get touches. Let's go Jaleel. Bye week 14, 2 bye week 6s. The receivers are very strong. Lamb, Mike Evans, DK, Reed, Deontay Johnson, Brandon Cooks, and Polk. We could stop there. We could stop there if we had to. We might end up bringing in... I sort of have an idea what we could do. We won't say it out loud. Try to execute it. All right, we're up in 17 picks. 167. Okay, that should work. That should work. Yes. Yes. One of the best structures. Bobby likes it. Does that mean the casuals are here sound the horn? That's the... Oh, dear. You're right. If you're not beating Akers, right? Like, you probably wouldn't be clicking them in the first place. Damn, Antonio Brown. What if he signs a contract to keep his shirt on? Whoa, let's go. All right. Call your shot, Caleb. 60% in 50 entries on Quentin Johnson. I mean, that's sort of like Quentin Johnson's sort of like Tank Bigsby. Like, we have to like ignore what we saw and do we just follow the coach speak? Like, he's gonna get opportunities, no doubt. There's no doubt, but receivers that have that bad of rookie years, the stats to back it just aren't great for their future outlook in the NFL. Everyone brings up the Davante Adams case. Don't bring up the Davante Adams case, please. Everyone else is 25% under, so you're relatively balanced after that. Thad saying never QJ. Clark, no. 40% Legette's a fun one. 40% Legette's a fun one. Has Roman Wilson gotten too much hate? Has Roman Wilson gotten too much hate? Like, Chicago. Pittsburgh is good at finding wide receiver talent. When they drafted Roman Wilson, I was stoked. He goes Geno. Ooh, I like that double tap there. Dirty dog. I might want... Can we get Baker to fall back to us? If not, do we just go... Fuck us. Let's push the QB. If Baker falls, great. If he doesn't, we can target... Dude, is Drake May already off the board? No. We can target Drake May. So let's see. We'll put the cards in the drafter's hands here. We'll put the cards in the drafter's hands. But one of these two QBs, I think we can lean into just one QB in this format as well. One elite with one late. In Dak last year, like, shit, you know, he was freaking elite. He was elite in the red zone. That's where you want it. Now, is Zeke back? Does Zeke just come in and gobble up the red zone role for like 3.9 yards per carry? I don't know. At least he's a pass catching back, which honestly, that's not a bad thing for Dak. It is a downgrade from Tony Pollard. Even though Tony Pollard had a bad season, Tony Pollard had a bad season like getting in the end zone, which ends up being good for Dak. %, Jonathan Mingo, round 18. No, you had me at Leggett. No, back up. You had me at Leggett. All right, Baker goes to the non-Godwin team, non-Rashad White team, non-Kate Otten team. This man is setting up the McMiller. Miller Lite should definitely sponsor Jelly McMillan. The McMiller. That would be swag. Expert marketer, NBD. Kirk Cousins, Aaron Rodgers, and Baker Mayfield. Okay, at least two of them are correlated. You gotta think he's got something up his sleeve. Little Trey Palmer. Little late Trey Palmer. Never Mingo. So that's the thing, like, we'll gladly draft the Carolina wide receiver after they just completely whiffed on wide receiver talent in Mingo. We'll gladly draft them, but we'll let Roman Wilson fall. Look at these guys go. Current ADP shows this. We also have Bryce Young there as like a backup. He's our consolation prize if we need it. I like the Rashawn Johnson click. Okay, so we could do 2-6-8-2. I would prefer Drake May here. With Polk, maybe we go Javon Baker. What do you guys think about Baker versus Kendrick Bourne? And do we just go 3 QBs with this one? Because this is such a weird spot. Nah, we can't do that. Now we're just gonna go with Zay Jones. Zay Jones. Spike week guy. We'll get a piece of this Arizona offense. I'm not going to be too heavy on Zay Jones, but here is a spot that I don't think we necessarily need him. We're going to stop at 2 tight ends. Our last pick's going to be running back. 2-5-6-2. We're going to lean into Dak, especially early season. Drake May should be playing by week 7. Should be. Where did McMillan go? McMillan went early. Oh, God. You have to think he was setting up the Baker McMillan. McMillan went at 180. Not really early. He's been rising. He's at 188. He's been steaming. Jalen, where you at? How many spots you up, boy? Just 1. Last month, 22. So he slowed down. He used to be a free in the 18th type guy. Main and 2 QB build is an alpha move. Yeah, we're shooting for upside here, boys. We get to the finals. We want as many live roster spots as possible. Especially, I think, if Drake May's playing by week 4, you would probably do this. So if we knew this ahead of time, we would do this. We would lean into Dak for the first 3 weeks without any problems at all. So I'm going to have some teams like this. I'm also going to have some 3 QB builds with May, but mixing it up. Heard the tight end we drafted getting buzzed, Jaheim Bell. Yeah, but like, he's not going to play over Hunter Henry. If anything, he might eat into Hunter Henry's shares. They might run 2 tight end sets because they want to run the ball. So you could see that. I did see he made a couple plays in practice, but dude, Hunter Henry's the pro. Dude, the bring back we need, man. The bring back we need is on the board. The bring back we need is on the board. Let's go. Will Shipley bring back? Dude, this RB room ended up okay. It was scary, and then I think it ended up just fine. Pacheco, Brian Robinson, Ty Chandler, Jaleel McLaughlin, Bucky Irving, and the bring back play. We'll ship it. All right, where's the Pounders teams in this one? Paid in the 7th spot, Stroud, Watson, and Daniel Dimes. Robinson, Brooks, Corum, Miller, Mitchell, Esme. Real fun hero running back build. Goes Jonathan Brooks with this one. Corum. I mean, you're definitely leaning into Brooks playing earlier, or, you know, Corum having a role, Miller having a larger role than last year to start, or maybe you fall behind a little bit at running back points. But 3 QBs, that's strong. Nico, Diggs, the double stack, Godwin, J-Mo, Mike Williams, Burton, and Wandale. Kelsey and Njoku strong. And then you have, all 3 QBs are correlated. It's a nice looking team. Hero running back build around Bijan. I'm going to like it. I'm going to like it straight up. J-Dubs 2682. Mahomes and Purdy. Breece Hall, Kyron, Charbonnet, Chubb, Ray Davis, and Khalil Herbert. That's strong. Samuel, Kirk, Rice, Lockett, Palmer, Myers, Corley, and Khalif Raymond with Ingram and Sanders. So definitely leaning into Ingram here. This is nice. This is a nice draft. The Palmer pick sort of giving you some early season production. Myers, another floor type guy. But, I mean, last year he did show he can get into the end zone and pay dirt. Rashee Rice here, the unknown with suspensions, but mid-season, end-of-season upside. Spike week guy in Debo, high floor in Kirk. I'm sure he tried to get T-Law, but it just didn't work out for him. Let's see what happened. 128. He just went the falling Purdy. Could have went T-Law here too, but I think he just took the value with Purdy falling so far. 15 picks. I want to say that's what you did, J-Dubs. It looks really nice. Like, that was a killer squad. That is an absolute killer squad. All right. It's time to rip another Pitbull. Another pity. Plus 10. See if this fills. If you guys haven't done... let's see if the 30-second one's closer to finish. Just like left on red. Just left on red. Plus 11. Plus 11. Oh, yeah. The boys are out. I'm still in this one. Come back in. Where you going? Plus 4. Plus 4. This one's filling. I was going to say, I know that a lot of people have already used their entries, and this contest might be... because it's slowing down. Even with the Chihuahua filling. I thought this was going to fill like last night, but there's so many contests open. There's no reason to rush, I suppose. People are taking a step back with their portfolios. All right, we get the 4 spot, something different. Nice. Pounder in the 1 spot. Bobby G at 3. 8 at 7. C Money's familiar. J Strez at 11. B Jones. Is this Billy? Billy in the house? Yeah, this is true. You want to draft a better backup, Mayor is a better idea. They have to. They have to run a ton of two tight end sets. They have to. You don't just spend that much on Mayor and just give up that quick. All right, up in 15. We're happy with one of these. No reason to do anything crazy and reach up for like Bijan or something. Casey's in the 8 spot. Yeah, C Money. C Money in the house. I knew that name looked familiar. This is a Pounders room. This is gonna be a little tougher. A little GM to you, Jay. Getting the back end. Getting the butt of the draft there at the 11. Lamb off. All right. It's been on the phone, man. As of late, the phone's been tough. I've been getting that 000 glitch where it won't update. It'll be like the 3 teams before you, and by the time you notice you have it and you go to reset, like you're like up in 7 picks and you already made like 2 picks. You're like, fuck. Happened to me today on a beautiful eliminator start. We auto like naked Caleb Williams. I went directly on the laptop. I was like, this is why I don't draft from my phone anymore. This is why I don't do that. Amon-Ra at 7. You still got Brees on the board at 9. This guy wide receiver, bro. Goes Puka over Brees. Oh, this is definitely Billy. This is definitely Billy. Brees Hall at 11's fun, man. Brees Hall at 11's fun. However, I don't think you can get wildly different here. Unless you get Brees Hall and... I don't know. All these guys fall. All of these guys fall. So it's kind of tough to get, like, completely unique in this spot. Unless you're getting like Garrett Wilson. Garrett Wilson Brees is fun. Dude, Raphael wanted the Neighbors pull up or the DK pull up. Yeah, I mean they're not falling back to here, but I don't know. DK, I can't do it with DK. DK's like, he will give you solid wide receiver 2 numbers, and every now and then he'll have a huge spike week. I definitely think Neighbors would have the higher potential ceiling, but again, it's gonna be QB related, and it's gonna be offensive line related. See how they perform this year. Saw Brees Wilson today. Was that in the Pitbull or BBM? Achan at 19. A little Bijan Achan. That'll be semi-unique. I don't think a ton of people are doing that. We're going to go Chase and Samuel. I know I don't have a combo of these two because it's my first one with Chase in this contest. I wonder, I sort of want to just... Let's check all our contests. Let's go to all tournaments. Let's plug in Chase. Let's plug in Debo. Let's see our combinations with these 2 players. A lot of Pacheco, a lot of Stevenson. We have 5 teams out of the like 260. Waddle's the next highest at 20%. Pacheco and Stevenson. Interesting. It definitely shouldn't be 80%. Like, I'm going to do my best to not click Stevenson this draft. Devonta Smith, Cooper Kupp off the board. Mike Evans. Who are you going to give us? Who are you going to give us? Neighbors. 45. Yeah, it's just DK here, huh? It's just DK here. It's just DK. We're fine with it. I'm sure we must have one with Metcalf, right? Dude, this is actually a combination that's completely unique to all 258 teams we've done post NFL draft. That's wildly impressive. And we're basically just drafting off ADP. So it's not like it's hard to get, but it's unique for our portfolio. So it feels nice. Nolan. Just found out I have 22% QJ. Terrifying. It's all right. There's plenty of time to get that down. Feels like Achane is holding instead of falling. Yeah, and Achane had some real positive news come out of camp from one of the beat reporters saying that he's going to be an absolute monster this year. They'll, if people see that, like, that's definitely going to boost the ADP. Yeah, it sort of is like a little BBM. I think that's a really good way to look at it. I wonder if I'm not 100% certain that this is Billy Jones from Spike Week, but I mean, he's playing the part. And then Breece Hall coming to him at 10. He's definitely playing the part. Josh Allen off the board in the 3rd round. Haven't seen that in a little while. Lamar goes off at 40. Jalen Hurts. Christian Kirk. I feel like Christian Kirk might be getting expensive, boys. Give us ETN. Give us ETN. Get out of here. Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here. In what world is ETN a bad click? In what world? In the 4th round. It's so hard to, I just don't see it. I think Kyron has more risk. I think Derrick Henry could have more risk, although if he's hyper efficient this year, like, Derrick Henry could break fantasy football again. He's like game script reliant, right? Like, if you get down too much, like, he's out of the game script. Is Baltimore really ever that far out of a game? Like, probably not. This dude's gotta get more Derrick Henry. Christ, selling myself on him. We can't do the Mahomes thing. All right, boys. This is current ADP. Kind of just want to mix in an elite tight end here, but let's go Ridley. Fuck it. We'll get this little ETN Calvin Ridley mini, week 17. I'm so excited for the graphs to be released. Let me show you what these are going to look like. It's going to be absolutely wild. It's basically just going to be able to digest your whole portfolio and tell you what percent of the week 17 games, the week 16 games, do you actually have combinations of, like QB combinations of Detroit and San Fran. It's literally, it'll just break down and tell you the percent for each one. Let's see if I have a photo. Yeah, here was ours. Here was ours the other day. It'll look like this. So you have the matchups at the bottom and then the percents of what you're targeting. It's really tough to know. You can know your player exposures, right? Just by going in or keeping track of them. I prefer them on the screen with the overlay, but you can sort of keep track of them somewhat. That's even tough, especially when you start to get into what percent are they in different contests. But to just find out what percent you have of each game, if you're like surprisingly low on a game that you should be higher on, like I am in Green Bay, Minnesota, like I now know, like, all right, I have to get that up in my portfolio because I like that game. I want to be on that game. It's a tough one to actually fade. Guess I should get more Achane. I only have 2%. I've been mixing him in this 23, 24, 25, 26 spot. He goes there pretty consistently. But yeah, you could see a couple pick rise. So maybe if you get the one spot with CMC, maybe you mix in a couple of those double RB starts. Yeah, 100,000%. Some of that is because of Marv. Like I'm taking a little less Marv than the field. Do we just go lad here, boys? I tried so hard. What happened? What happened? There's also like a pick delay. There's a clock delay on my... Goddamn. We'll see. We'll see if we get punished for it. Dude, shout out to Josh, who is partner with me at bestballoverlay.com. He's just consistently creating cool shit. For you guys, for us, for me, for himself. Because he's a best ball sicko himself. But yeah, 90% Chicago, Seattle. But it was 96, wasn't it 96 when you first saw your exposures? Seattle, San Francisco, Cincinnati. Can we push Burrow one more round? Where's the Higgins drafter? Tell me you have a quarterback. You don't. You don't. So maybe we bring in Evan Ingram here in this spot. This just seems like a fun spot to bring in Evan Ingram. It's going to open up T-Law. We're going to have Purdy. We're going to have Burrow. We're going to have Herbert. We have a lot of options with this team. It's also now we have ETN, Ingram, and Ridley in that bring back game, Jacksonville versus Tennessee. So let's see who falls to us. We should guaranteed be able to get one of these two. But if we can get Burrow and one of those two, we'd probably be done at QB. 100, 117. So we'd have to reach... If we wanted Purdy, we would have to reach a pick 100. It's not guaranteed we get one of these two. Where's... we got to do some searching. Where's the Kirk team? Kirk has Stroud. Stroud with Dell. Stroud is 78. It's just such a great price. I mean, he belongs there, but that's the price we've been waiting for all off season. Yeah, Burrow goes to the Higgs team. Damn you, Billy. Can always take Daniels. We can. We can. And then try to get one of those two. I'd probably just rather go Purdy here at 100 and then T-Lot 117. But we also have Herbert too. I just know we're gonna whiff on all of them. That's it. We're gonna end up pushing one. And we're just gonna whiff on all of them. Let's push it because it's what builds strong men here. Risk tolerance. We'll bring in James Conner as our RB2. If there wasn't a player that we liked on the board in that spot, we'd probably just grab... Like, Purdy's guaranteed. Herbert at 124 is probably the play. His ADP is 133. That should be guaranteed. Where is the Palmer drafter? I feel like one of the Pounders... No, that was last draft. Palmer's still on the board. We could secure Palmer. I think it's tough to go Palmer over Cortland Sutton, but... Daniels is the answer. I don't know the question. Okay. My rank. I mean, we have Jay Daniels here at 87 on our ranks. Like, fuck us. We're just going to go Jane Daniels. Let's bring in Jaden D. Maybe we bring in Sinnott as our second tight end. And we have options for our last QB. So we're this is gonna be a 2 QB build. Probably Jaden Daniels in one of Purdy, Herbert, or T-Law, all different bye weeks. Shout out to Adam. You did it. You did it. You asked the right question. And it was I don't know the question. That's spectacular. Spectacular. B-Rob goes off at 102. He's been consistently rising as well. Yeah, we have some options. Very balanced. 1-2-5-1. I think we found ourselves in this same exact spot. Obviously with a wildly different team. Different starting spot. But similar draft strategy. Hashtag win the flex. Am I crazy, or is Jaden Daniels over Caleb in ADP not insane? No, I don't think it's really that insane. I mean, we sort of, you can see the rushing upside. Even with the rookie QBs, unless you're in a wild, like Caleb's an elite. He's in an elite situation with his offense that he found himself in. If he didn't find himself in an offense that had 3 great pass catchers, I mean, 2 future Hall of Famers, and then O'Dunes, we'll see what he does and what his role is. But even with the okay running game, and then Komet, who is a serviceable tight end for a quarterback, it's the only reason it's even close. And Jaden Daniels started behind Caleb in the big board. So we do get one of these two. Do we want to lean into Debo with Purdy? Or is it a rushing touchdown week 17 for Debo? Yeah, we have ETN. Let's go Purdy in this one. I'm still interested in bringing in maybe a mini for this chase game. That's probably going to be super low for me. Let me see on... Where's my Denver Cincy? Because I don't have a ton... Where are my eyes? Yeah, I don't have a ton of Denver players, so I'm not surprised to see this at 9% for my portfolio. Not too surprised. We probably just reach up and get Dotson in the spot. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some sexy slides to catch up at running back here. But ETN and Connor is not a bad base. Double tap RB in this range again, like we did last draft. Probably get some different RBs though. See who we like. Yeah, we're gonna need to catch up at RB. It really feels like the value pockets RB in this range, even at 172, and then it starts to fall off. Like, you don't want to have 3 RBs and it's like round 16. You missed the value pocket, in my opinion. There's some good dart throws that go late, but ooh. You guys seeing what I'm seeing? We can't do it. We gotta go running back. Tell yourself. Pump the brakes. Keenan Allen. We'll see. DJ Moore had a freaking amazing season with a shit quarterback last year. We'll see. Love the Cincy Denver. Knicks is such an easy back stack. I know. That's definitely a hole in my portfolio. I'll fully admit. The Denver side of it is a huge hole in my portfolio. And I think part of it is me just wanting to wait on just more information on who's going to be the guys, who's going to be out there. We know Sutton's going to be out there. So that's the start of it. I need to start clicking more Sutton. And I'm not right now. I'm not clicking a ton of it because I like RB in that range. I like tight ends if like Bowers is in that spot. Like I'd rather go Bowers over Sutton. So that's why I'm ending up with such little nicks, is because after Sutton, I really don't want anyone. The draft tool is literally the price of one Pitbull. Polk, F14. It's monthly. It's monthly charge. Or you can do the year up front. Sutton is in a hard range to click or receive. I agree. Okay, it's not just me. We have Eckler here. Pass catching back could be an interesting click in this spot where we're not clicking a lot of him. We get him 11 picks after ADP. It sort of makes sense on this team where we could probably use someone that's a change of pace back / getting some touches, because we know we're going to bring in this is probably going to end up being a 2-6-8-2 again, I would assume. So if we can bring in some rookies, maybe some higher upside plays after this click, I think we could justify the Austin Eckler click. Oh, God, please. No, don't do it to me. Nick, please. Yeah, the overlay just comes with so much cool shit. And we're still creating. Oh, man. What are the chances? All right, we're going to get one of these guys. Let me get one of these guys. Will MVP with the 1452. Another 1452 in Bobby G. He might go receiver in this spot. I think it's Algier for us. It's correlated. Week 17 bring back. One of my favorite handcuffs. We like Ty Chandler too, but I think we can afford to go Algier and him be, a 15-20% workload guy, not get a shit ton of touches and still be okay with these three. But you still have that upside of Bijan going down. And then it's a correlated pick with Daniels, Dotson, Eckler. Find a way to mix in your clicks. I've come off the Algier click a little bit just because of the Ty Chandler rise. But he still goes in such a fair spot. 158, so fair. So fair. Just know, you need a Bijan injury for it to pay off. How likely is that? Don't clip that. Don't clip that. I'm heavily on Bijan this year. Hunter Henry goes at 157 with Staffy. This guy grabbed Puka? No, that's just naked Staffy, huh? Oof. The 9 spot has his 2 QBs. He goes Justin Herbert here at 129 with Palmer. Okay, so he set up the Herb stack. I like this combination of Jane Daniels and Purdy. 4 in ceiling. Fant goes early, man. I can't get Fant. I just can't. Just always going off the board early. Shit. It's Chuba here. One more RB. Pounder here in the 1 spot. We got to be quiet. God damn. Where do we see the state of Bestball and Underdog in 5 years? I love that. I love that question. Thinking towards the future. I just see more and more people getting into Bestball every single year. And it's it's not like it's capped out yet. Like, there are so many of my friends in my at-home league that I know are degenerates, and they love the draft. They go all out on the draft. They bring their magazines. They don't help. 170. I think we go Roman Wilson here, boys. On the way back around, if Sinnett's there, great. If not, we already have 2 pieces in Washington. I don't feel the need to bring in a third with a Russian QB. Yeah, I just see it getting bigger and bigger. And like in my at-home league, I had to like force a couple people to sign up, like my cousin, another good friend. But like other than that, like in several leagues, it's like 4 out of 24 people play. So like there's so much more room, and I feel like that's consistent with other people in their leagues. Like I think I feel like it's not the majority of people in their at-home leagues that are playing best ball right now. They bring their magazines, like, won't help. Yeah, they would love it, right? They would love it. So I just see it growing. And then what Numi, what Hope are doing, just like really shaping the contest for the drafter in mind, it's just a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And you're seeing a huge impact this year in just the payouts for every contest. Just being more flat. And that's, at the end of the day, it's more sustainable to, not to make a job of it, but if that's your hope to, sort of like tournament poker. It's just like playing in a shit ton of tournaments, just like deep field tournaments, you know. So it makes it a little more sustainable. Yeah, we do see those tight ends go off. We get punished. It's okay. Keep drafting them. Keep drafting tight ends. We aren't scared. We ain't scared. I was partially kidding. Stop drafting tight ends. All right. We're leaning in, boys. We're leaning in. We're going to have, oh, God. That's going to go up to 60%. It's about 17% per. So what's that? 3, 4. 4 out of 10 right now is 40%. We didn't get him last draft. And the exposure is not updated. Bobby, Bestball, I think, will pull more people in that are degen gamblers. I can get down thousands of dollars on average. Yeah, and you're already seeing those contests with the Mastiff that started last year, right? Last year or 2 years? The $1,000 draft. Like, there's price points for different people, and you're seeing like pro poker players get into the space, and obviously the DFS guys that have built every lineup they possibly could build using computers to now want to test their brains. Just kidding. Hey, Ben, what's up, brother? Welcome to the live stream, man. Watch out for the wrench. You guys gotta duck your heads. Okay. We just going Jawan Johnson. We're going high T, same bye week. Fuck around and find out. We're just going to say it ends up being a good... We're going to get those points back by him returning early and him going later in the draft than he should. Al Schmizzy. Yeah, came in 3rd place in one of his listener league drafts. I was out at the Pats game. It was a 1 o'clock game, and then we stayed at Toby Keith's bar and grill for the last game on the slate. That was a Joey Burr double stack. Yeah, the listener league is, if you guys like DFS, rake free. I don't know if he's doing it this year, but rake free contest. I think it was around 2,200 to 2,400 people. I think they've gotten bigger since then. $10 entries. I think it's a 3 or 5 entry max. Super fun. That's really all I do now is I look for those rake-free contests. Again, edges, man. It's all about the edges. Yeah, I agree with this. There's definitely better investments, but you think about tournament poker, right? Like poker players that play tournament poker, you're looking for that one big payout a year. Like that's what you're looking at, and you can go cold for years, and then you can hit that one spike, and you're above even. Oh, Hyatt just goes. Khalif Raymond here is the bring back, could be the play. It is. Khalif Raymond's the play. The week 17 bring back in the San Fran game. Another fun one would have been Parker Washington if we had T-Law instead of Purdy to bring in that Evan Ingram double stack. We would have had Calvin Ridley for the week 17, but we still end up with the mini. ETN, Ingram, and Ridley. So definitely well correlated squad. All right, in the one spot, Huron, Kyler, and Geno Smith. A little bit of ceiling, a little bit of floor. Should be relatively decent floor too with the new OC. We'll see what they do to mix up these guys, but I've come around to, I think, the JSN click a little more, just based on what we think the OC is going to run. But I like that pairing. CMC, Pacheco, Benson, Lloyd, Herbert, and Garendo. Oof. Not a big handcuff CMC guy, but I'm good with this group. Devonta Smith, Cup, JSN, Lockett, little double stack. Brandon Cooks, Ricky Pearsall, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch, Trey McBride, triple with Goddard. Strong at tight end. I'm fine with these receivers. You're definitely leaning into a good Geno year. I like the Brandon Cooks click there. Yeah, you got a mix of floor and ceiling in this one. Definitely need some stuff to go right, but it looks good. Looks well balanced. Just this click. This click. No matter what, you can't get an A. No matter what, you can't get a draft grade A. Bobby G in the 3. Tua, Deshaun Watson, and Danny Dimes. Very balanced. Montgomery, Mostert, Corum, Dowdle, Pierce, and Foreman. I like that. 6 RBs. Makes sense. Again, Deshaun Watson, Daniel Jones for the rushing upside. Do we think Jones is going to run less this year because of the knee and neck injuries? Ever since sort of I broke that down, I've been clicking a little less of him, but he goes so late that shit, if he gives you a couple spike weeks, he's probably still worth the click that late. Tyreek Hill, Adams, Neighbors, Amari Cooper, Deontay Johnson, Jermaine Burton, Wan'Dale Robinson. Super correlated team. This guy's bringbacks. He's got both QBs in this game, so give me the highest QB score. It's probably not going to be Tua because it's Cleveland. All right, not the weatherman. But super correlated. Njoku even. A triple here in Cleveland with Foreman. Foreman could just be a good advance rate piece. Got Mostert too. Really strong correlated draft. I like the Wan'Dale click. I feel like some people hate on the Wan'Dale click. He's going to pick 171. I think some of the worry is where's Neighbors going to be playing out of? It's not like he's going to be in the slot the whole time. He obviously played there. He was mixed in there in college, which will hurt Wan'Dale, but Neighbors is going to literally hurt every Giants receiver. So Wan'Dale's fine for his price. Goff, Carr, and Levis. And I do like Hyatt. Are you guys... Let me know in the comments if you're watching this afterwards. Hyatt or Slayton? Okay. Raphael answers the question before it's even asked, but it was implied. I'm a Slayton guy. I'd prefer Hyatt. Stop the count and pound the like. Yeah, Cam. The PR guy is in the house. 24-hour live stream at 2K subs. Hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Kyron Williams, Josh Jacobs, Jalen Warren, Singletary, and Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is RB5 here. Seems very strong. Amon-Ra, Chris Olave, Keenan Allen, Keon Coleman, Rashid Shaheed, Josh Downs, Quentin Johnson, Laporta, Sinnott, and Chig. I get it's correlated, but shit. I'm not bringing in 3 tight ends with Laporta because that probably means Laporta was a bad advanced rate pick. Probably a bad click if these other 2 guys are picking up the slack. Do you advance a low advance rate Laporta because these guys save you, and then he has a big week 17 game? That is like the reverse logic where it's okay. Now you have a low owned Laporta who smashes week 17. That could be cool, but this is a well balanced team. I'm good with it. It was likely a luxury pick. He goes Chiggy. It's correlated. He correlates Levis. I'm good with the 3 QBs. Look at Levis at 210. Levis at 210. Just free. So free. Cam says, love this background music. Appreciate it, man. I kind of even forgot I put it on for the boys. All right. C money in the 8. We had a ton of pounders in this one. That's why it was another tougher draft. Hurts and Prescott's a sick combo. Prescott at 113. Yeah, I'm with you on this. I think Chig's kind of called the shit poop. Derrick Henry, Kamara, Gus Edwards, Gibson, and Elijah Mitchell. I'm a big fan of this group. Kamara 12 picks after ADP at 89. It's like, okay, I can stomach that. Gets Gus after ADP. It's nice. AJ Brown, Nico, Chris Godwin, Addison, Dobbs, Thielen, Bourne, and Beckham with Fergie Ferg, TJ Hawk, and Jonnu. Wow. Strong at QB, pretty balanced at RB, I would say. Receiver might be a little light, but you have Thielen. Thielen gonna save the day. We need Thielen to save this team until Kendrick Bourne's healthy, and then maybe you're hoping he's in on those 2 wide receiver sets. Odell Beckham, we'll see how long he can fight off Malik Washington. But yeah, I think it's relatively balanced. I probably would have grabbed 1 receiver earlier in between picks 104 and 152. Maybe where this TJ Hawk click was, I would have went receiver. And I'm probably just fine with 2 tight ends with Ferg in most builds. But it's a balanced build. I think I would just make that 1 switch up. I'm not sure if this is Billy. Billy, if you're in here and this is your lineup, I'll cover it. Let me know if you're in here. Just not sure if this is his username, 198753. It's like when you forget the last few digits, just like the girl's number at the bar. It's like, that's just not enough, boys. Josh Allen and Rogers said, fuck week 12. Rogers at 203? Dude, I didn't realize the QB fall in this. The QB fall. Breece Hall, Cook, Harris, McLaughlin, and Ray Day. That's a fun grouping. Ayuk, Pickens, Samuel, Shakir, the double stack there. Mitchell, Mike Williams, McCaffrey, and Malik Washington. Oh, this is a fun team. He's got the triple stack with Rodgers. He's got every single piece of Buffalo besides Keon Coleman and Kincaid. Both running backs is a little more unique. Does Ray Davis sort of leverage Josh Allen in a way? Maybe, but at 158, he could just be good for advancing the team. So I'm fine with it. You're getting a lot of Buffalo touchdowns here. So if they're scoring a lot of touchdowns, you're probably doing pretty well. Yeah, that's a fun one from the 11. I think that's it. All right, boys, we're going to do another one. Fuck it. We are going to do number 10 here. We just got woofed. Woof. Let's see. +7. Ugh, sickos. If you guys haven't filled this yet, it's the $20 Pitbull 15-second draft. Nah, man. Mason's good, man. Mason's good. I respect that guy's hustle. Really do. Well, MVP, first-time Joker, rate me, bro. Okay. I'll go back. We'll go back for the boys. We'll go back for the boys. Will in the 2 spot. A-Rich, Cousins, and Fields. A-Rich, Cousins, and Fields. Barkley, Walker, White, Elliott, and Dobbins. I'm good with this group. 3 RBs by White, and then you bring in Elliott. Dobbins, the unknown piece. I'm cool with it. Even if Dobbins is nothing, like, I think you could advance this team. Lamb, Evans, Hollywood, Sutton, Judy, Corley, and Slayton with Kittle, Komet, and the correlated Woods. I'm good with it. It looks pretty balanced to me. I want probably one more receiver. And that probably comes from Fields. You already have ceiling with A-Rich. You already have pretty good high floor piece with Cousins. Just give me one more receiver here. Maybe like Rondell Moore. Let's correlate Kirk Cousins. How does Kirk Cousins win? His pass catcher is going to be catching the ball. So that would be a nice little leverage piece to Bijan, to London, to the Pitts teams, to the Mooney teams. Give me a Rondell Moore there. But nice draft. Nice draft. All the puppies. I can't see where the Pitbull is. All right, we're on the back here. We're at 10. We're next to Bobby. We have J-Dubs at 5. Candyman in the house at 3. What else? C Money again at 11. J Strez at 12. We got the Pounders behind us. We were completely sandwiched. Oh, dear. That's funny. Yeah, by week 12 would be tough. As long as you don't fall too far behind, you'll be fine. And does Rodgers falling 40 picks help you in any way? You know what I mean? Like, does that make up? Does Rodgers falling 40, 45 picks of value, does that make up for missing out on 15 points? Maybe not. But it's close. It's close. All right, we're just gonna be an ADP drafter. Wouldn't have minded AJ Brown here. We get Garrett Wilson start. Fantasy Football Garage, aka the Candyman in the house at 3. The Candy Mansion after he wins a tournament this year. Request Underdog name change to the Candy Mansion. And we are off. Give us, what? We're doing the Screw by week 12 comp. It's been a while since I've gotten this, and it was one of my favorite probably clicks to start the post NFL draft. Was Wilson in London. I also like this in weekly winners, obviously. But if Marv was there, we would have went Marv at 15. So we let C Money make the option. We let him. He picks before us. All right, let's see how we've been doing, boys. I haven't been checking the likes. We've just been focusing on the content because that's all that matters. The content is all that matters. 46 like-a-rones. Oh, gonna hit the 50 bomb. 81 watching. If you guys are enjoying the stream, would mean the world to me if you hit the like, hit the sub. We're gonna be doing a 24-hour live stream and 2K subs. If you guys want to know where we got the overlay, bestballoverlay.com. Link is in the description. Link is in the pinned comment at the top. Promo code all caps Pounders for 33% off. Also comes with a cool draft tool where you can just sort of look at your portfolio here. So Garrett Wilson and Drake London, we're gonna have a ton of this combo. 16 out of 260 drafts. That shows you how much we're drafting on the back too. With this combo, we have 56% Najee, 50% Pitts. Wow, so I'm bringing in a ton of Pitts with the London teams, but I obviously don't have a 50% confidence rate. So maybe bringing these two down a click or two. We'll try to stay off the Najee and the Pitts. Up in 5. Achan falls at 27 in this one. Lil T Higgs at 26, bringing him to the 2-3 turn. Damn, what is this? 2023. Remember, everyone was. It was Chase. T Higgs was going in the second, and then people were going Burrow here last year. in the big board. And then in BBM, he fell back to 46, 47 pretty commonly. All right, we're on the clock. I think we're going to go Henry here. We got a few picks of ADP value at 34. Let's go Henry. Wow, my rankings versus ADPs. I'm not used to seeing Pittman up here. Not used to seeing Pittman up here. Zay Flowers off the board. So a very common pick, and probably will be chalky, but if it hits, like it hits, will be Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson for that Week 17 stack. Where we go, Derrick Henry here. I'm less likely to do that right now. I just don't want to get hit by the wide receiver avalanche. And let's get someone else off by Week 12 at receiver. We'll bring in Amari Cooper. Maybe we get Mostert. Maybe we get Deshaun Watson. We get a little Week 17 correlation here. And we could play this from the Jet side of things too with Rodgers. So 3 late QB options right off the bat, which means we're going to whiff on every single one. That's what's going to happen. Terry McLaurin off at 44. J-Dub seeing the wide receiver avalanche come, and it is here, boys. Candyman with the 1-2. Let's see if he reaches up or just takes the value. Hamboned. This name's familiar. Hamboned, are you in the live stream? You have to be in here. That name's way too familiar. You don't forget names like that. Mahomes and Hollywood coming right up. Kelsey goes at 35. ETN at 48. Be my friend. CMC, Devonta Smith, Diggs. So Hambone goes T. Higgs at 26. That's tough, man. Because his ADP is 40. How often is he falling to 47? Probably not very often. Maybe, what would you say, 5% of the time? So not very often. Yeah. I'm okay with it. Again, time box contests, ADPs don't have that much time to move. And here comes the pile of elite tight ends. We have to stay off the Pitts click. Per our portfolio, 16 combinations of Garrett Wilson and Drake London, and we have 50% Pitts. We have 8 of those teams have Kyle Pitts on them. That's wrong. How about A-Rich? How many have A-Rich? Oh, we got to search here. 12%. Sick. All right, we're bringing in A-Rich. At ADP. It's not like it's going to be different, but who cares? Let's get an elite QB here. And now we are guaranteeing ourselves one of these guys. Ridley off the board. Jay Strez with the little Worthy and Kittle goes actually double elite tight end. Getting different here. He's definitely going to want to bring in Purdy on that team. Let's bring in Rice. We have 3 wide receivers with late buys. So the Rice click even makes more sense to me. Even our QB, even our RB1 has a late buy. And now 82 and 87. You just have to pray. Now you have to pray. And this might be a Sutton team. But 87's early for Sutton. 106. Damn, it's not early. For me, it's early. He goes at 91, man. It's so tough. It's so tough to not bring in running backs there. It's so tough to not bring in, like, Bowers there. But, all right. Let's see how the draft falls. You see CJ Stroud go off at 67. He's one of those guys that's fluctuating in every single draft. Anywhere from ADP to pick, like, 88. It's really fluctuating. Same thing with Burrow. These pocket passing QBs, you're seeing a lot of fluctuation with them. The receivers are flying. The receivers are flying fast. Everyone panic. Everyone panic. Damn. Raphael says, last year I traded Hollywood and Ridley for DK and Kirk. Then DK hit that big Dallas. Was that he had like three tutties? Almost 180 yards, something crazy like that. On like 5 catches. It wasn't 180 yards. It was an insane amount. He got there with the touchdowns. 5 catches, 3 tutties. Finishes wide receiver 1. No, I don't think you can. I remember a pounder reached out last year and they told him or her no. ADP, this is what's showing. We have to say away from the Najee click. 56%. Alvin Kamara at 82. Kind of gross. Let's see my rank. I think we just go Jake Fergie for... No. Let's push him. I just saw the guys behind me have 2 tight ends and 1 tight end. Let's push Ferg. Because there's also Bowers there. Cortland Sutton's there too. Or Curtis Samuel. No, I just figured he had one. He's in the middle of the board. Stroud to the guy with no Houston players. The badgeless strike again. We're going Curtis Samuel. Oh, man, this clicks tough. I'll get there someday. I do think Curtis Samuel will rise above Cortland Sutton. After that happens and he doesn't go anywhere close, I'll then click Sutton. That's a deal. That's signed, sealed, delivered. That's a deal. By week 12. Should that have been the 50-50 ball? I don't think so. We have Amari Cooper and Rice for bye week 12 so far, so I'm pretty confident in the players that we have available so far. It will put pressure on us maybe a little later, but I'm not too worried about it right now. Do you remember the Noah Brown click in the big board? You know, he could still have a spike week or two. John Mechie's just like, good luck on special teams, bro. Like, good luck on special teams. Same with Treylon Burks. Like, good luck on special teams this year. Mostert 95, James Conner, Swift. All right, we successfully restrained ourselves from clicking Ferguson again. So yeah, right. Like, this is a spot where I think it would be really tough to bring in Shaheed, right? Which is fine because you know who we want to get. You know who we want. Oh, God. Jameis Winston would be so good for just football. Just be so good. Such good entertainment value. Myers is staring me in the face. Moss is still on the board. ADP 92 by week 12, but Someone take Moss, please. 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 Bobby, thank you. All right. B-Rob. See, this is why I have so much Singletary. This is Underdog's ADP. We're going to go B-Rob anyways with the bye week 14. Who cares? Who cares? Live a little bit. Jonathan Brooks obviously should be good by week 14 if he doesn't get re-injured. Double tapping our B here's also okay. We have the AD click. We might save ourselves. Pollard's, he's a thought. It's just like, it's like an afterthought. It's like an afterthought. Let me go Singletary here. We get the week 17 correlation with Singletary in this game with the Giants. Tony Pollard's underrated at this point. He's not bad for the price. He's not, but I think B-Rob has a chance to pass him. So I'm currently drafting B-Rob over Tony Pollard right now. And these 8, like the exposures you're seeing are for the Pitbull. So this is for 7 teams on the Pitbull. Let's go, Neil. Welcome, brother. You know who we're going after. We just have to pray. It's up to the draft gods now. It's up to the draft gods. I'm banging on the Titans being good. Well, better at least. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. See, I like Levis for the price. I don't know if I would bet on them being necessarily good. Let's see. 2024. What's their win total? 6.5? I think their win total is 6.5. They went 6-11 last year. I mean, we expect them to be good just because of the upgrades in the receiving core, bringing in Tony Pollard, Will Levis second year. Still, that tells me that they're going to be playing a lot of games from behind, and you might see Tajay Spears hit in some of those scenarios. But Tony Pollard's he's a decent pass catcher as well. They're both pretty good. So I don't think Spears comes in for every single third down and long like you saw for Derrick Henry. Give your boy AD one time. In the name of correlation, AD gone. All right, next best thing, Gabe Davis. How about? Yeah, let's just bring in Gabe here. Last bye week 12 guy we can afford. Let's see if it works. Boyd too. Yeah, that's true. Also brought in Boyd, who could be serviceable. This is gonna be an interesting recovery from the bye week 12 at receiver. Currently only have 2 players, Cooper and Rice. We're gonna bring in T-Law here with that little mini stack with Jacksonville. I just, like, at 135, I'm just starting to spot, like, if I go Gabe Davis first and these guys don't have Jacksonville players, I just probably have a better chance of pushing T-Law. It works. We get a nice value drop. That is literally worth some spoons in the live chat. We had the spoons out for that one. Levis grades out. Yeah, someone that can sort of provide some rushing upside too. Just needs to show it at the pro level. I like the Levis click. I'm also on a ton of Ridley. I'm on a ton of D-Hop, so he's been a pretty easy target for me on the back. In 2 QB builds, in 3 QB builds, I like him in both. Because the next QB off the board is Bryce Young. Like, that feels like a major tier break for me at QB. Yeah, we need to pad this room. Like, Mooney's off the board for us. Okay, I have an idea. You have more 12s than Seattle. Damn, the reference, boy. Too clean. If you guys are interested in the overlay here, the link is in the description. I'm glad we got off the Pitts click with this starting combo. We have 2460 build. Oh, Douglas was in. He was in the sights. We're gonna get Marshawn Lloyd. Not a bad consolation prize. Oh fuck. Not a bad consolation prize. We'll bring in Marshawn Lloyd here. Oh dear. Now we're hiding. We have to hide. A-Rich T-Law feels like a really good combo, though. Derrick Henry, Brooks, Robinson, Singletary, and Lloyd. We could be done at RB if we needed to be. We get Lloyd 12 picks after ADP, too. Pretty good scoop. Garrett Wilson, Drake London, Amari Cooper, Rice, Curtis Samuel, Gabe Davis. Like, I like the room. Damn, the reach up on Wandale's really hurtful. It's really hurtful. But we're going to get our tight end 1 in Hunter Henry. So I figured Henry was going to go off. And if Henry went off, we would have reached up for Wandale. This probably even works better, in my opinion. You need Michael Wilson. He's a decent target for this team. I agree. But I wouldn't say need him. Like, I'm not overly worried if we lose some points on week 12. I like the balance of this team. We're done at QB. We're likely going to need two more tight ends. And then we could go running back receiver. We could go receiver. So it's probably going to be a 2-5-8-3, I would think. This feels like enough. 4 running backs by Singletary and then a falling Lloyd. I think we just lean into this group, and this is a good amount of capital. It's like a shit ton of touches, too. Like, leaning into Derrick Henry, B-Rob, and Singletary early season while these rookies find roles and Brooks returns from his knee injury. Maybe starts a little slow. It's fine. Omega, shout out to my Omega, dude. What's up, man? Been mixing in some Levis lately. He's been loving him some Levis. Good man. Yeah, it just feels like a tier break at QB, in my opinion. Hubbard off the board. J.K. Dobbs off the board. Baker. We want to see these QBs go off. Please. Get these QBs off the board. We need... You guys know what we need. We need a lot. Little CEH at 170. Go get your guys. I need a bell. We need to ring bells for picks like this. Go get your guys 30 picks before ADP. Which, there's a chance it doesn't return at 191. So, go get your guys. To have that sort of stance, 30 picks before ADP, I would assume they're above 75%. Adam says Levis is my second highest drafted QB. I honestly think that's sharp. I think that could be sharp from an advance rate perspective. It would be really good for my portfolio. Although, sadly, not true. Oh, my dear goodness, God gracious. Stop clicking receivers. One of those two would have been fine. We have to go McMillan here. He's going to have a huge role by week 12. All right. Who do you guys like for this last click? Oh, man, I think we got to go tight end here. We can just get a floor guy with our last pick. I'm just kidding. We're not going floor. We're not going floor. Build it out. Oh, Johnu, my man. All right, let's go. Oh, fucking Likely, same bye week. Who cares? Let's go Isaiah Likely here. We're going to go with 3 tight ends anyways. Who cares? Let's get the upside at tight end with a player like Likely. Another tight end, another receiver to end this draft. Trey Palmer still a thing. Yeah, he's gonna be mixed in. He's gonna be mixed in. But I'm sort of assuming that Jalen McMillan will take a larger role as the 3rd wide receiver. Cade Otton's still a pretty decent pass catching tight end as well. Where are we at on the like machines? 55 likes, 92 watching. Appreciate you guys. Why do I like Likely? It's strictly from a standpoint that we don't know what they're going to do with their offense this year. It feels like if I was the coach, if you guys were the coach, would you rather Isaiah Likely out there? Or would you rather be running Nelson Aguilar? It's like, for me, it's so obvious, but I know when Andrews is on the field, like Likely, the splits are bad. At that point, if you're getting 35% of snap share for Likely, he does become a handcuff. So there's a little bit of risk because they've done this in years past. In a 3 tight end build, I think it's worth the risk. But I agree. There's definitely a question there. Look at the Rodgers fall. Too bad. Too bad. Dude, Dortch is off the board. You guys are trolling me now. You guys are trolling me on purpose. Likely's targets in those AFC Championship games was insane. Rodgers finally goes off at 197. Levis at 198. Jasecki's off. Who do these guys have? Kelsey and Jonnu, you don't need to go a second tight end. Laporta and Kittle. Fuck. I kind of wanted Jalen Hyatt there. Tyler Boyd's also fine. It's Boyd or Tolbert. And Boyd is a correlated piece for both of our QBs, so that's like a freaking, that's like a little +1 to the EV right there. We get him into Indy week 16, and we get him the Jacksonville bring back week 17 in our little mini stack between Gabe. We have the week 17 bring back as well as Singletary. Cool. And now we're going to lean into Juwan Johnson for a fun... I think this tight end group ends up being pretty decent with Hunter Henry, Likely, and Juwan Johnson. A lot of potential upside. If Juwan Johnson returns for the start of the season, if he returns by week 4 or whatever, like, we could get some pretty good value from a last round Juwan. Again, risk. Our risk tolerance is relatively high, so Juwan Johnson still chance of re-injuring the foot. We don't have full certainty on the injury right now and what the recovery is going to look like, so maybe you get good news and then he rises. It's possible. For this team, that's the narrative for this team. All right. And the last pick. Oh, I saw a Tucker Kraft pick in there. Where's the pity? We got to refresh. All right, that was 10 of 10. A-Rich, T-Law, Derrick Henry, Brooks, Robinson, Singletary, and Lloyd. Garrett Wilson, London, Cooper, Rice, Curtis Samuel, Gabe Davis, McMillan, and Tyler Boyd with Hunter Henry, Isaiah Likely, and Juwan Johnson. Pretty fun. Candyman at 3, Stafford, Deshaun Watson, and Bryce Young. Just value QBs. Achane, White, Connor, Blake Corum, and Miller. Super correlated with the QBs. As bringbacks, he has the stack with Corum. Tyreek Hill, Adams, Keenan Allen, Deontay Johnson stacked. Shaheed, a little Jerry Jeudy stack. Demarcus Robinson stacked. And then Greg Dortch is a bring back in the Carolina game and the Rams game. Oof, he has the same thing with McBride too. And then Colby Parkinson. All right, so he gets the double with Staffy. He finds it. So were QBs flying off, or you just sort of lost? Yeah, so you trying to find some stacks late. You probably lost out on Caleb. Was Carr in the cards there? Wonder if you were gonna stack Carr, and then like a Juwan Johnson week 12 would be a sick pairing with Trey McBride. Curious if you were thinking that. J-Dubs at 5, Cousins, Smith, and Rogers, Barkley, Jacobs, Walker, Dowdle, and Herbert. So 3 RBs by Walker's like robust running back strategy. It's super strong at RB. Jefferson, Metcalf, McLaurin, and Lockett. So sort of recovers here at receiver. Double stack in Seattle. Dobbs, Cooks, Corley, and Tolbert. Pitts and Goddard. So strong at tight end. Dude, the Rogers scoop at 197. You see this in some of these rooms, and I mean, you're just using him as an advance rate piece here, and you get a little mini with Corley. I'll give you that. That's nice, dude. That's actually really nice at 197. That's gonna be a pretty good advance rate team if the receivers can get it together. Bobby G at 9, Hurts and Derek Carr, the value QB, probably the best value QB in drafts, unless Bo Nix ends up being. Bo Nix could be that guy. It's the unknown. But Carr feels like the safer guy. Najee Harris, Zach Moss, Javonte, Zach Charbonnet, Nick Chubb again is RB5 at 153, and Jalen Wright. This is a real fun RB room. Even if there's some players like I'm off, like Javonte, but I like the distribution of funds here. AJ Brown, Olave, Tank Dell, Godwin, O'Dunes, AD. The AD snipe hurt my soul. The AD snipe hurt my soul with A-Rich. And then Jalen Hyatt. The RB room's, wide receiver room's kind of tough. 4 receivers by Godwin, O'Dunes. Okay, so really leaning into probably O'Dunze and Mitchell, or O'Dunze and Hyatt. But that could work. Bowers, Otten, and Conklin. Yeah, this is a well-balanced team. I don't think you need Jalen Wright. Like, you could lean into these 3 plus Zach Charbonnet and Nick Chubb coming on whatever week 6 on. You could lean into that, but Jalen Wright, spike week guy, is kind of fun to bring in a 6 RB build like this. C Money at the 11, Kyler, Russell Wilson, and Justin Fields. Joe Mixon, Kamara, Tony Pollard, Jerome Ford, Tyler Algier. I love the Algier click. RB5. This is a strong RB room. Again, Kamara falls in every draft. How is his ADP still in the 70s? He falls every draft. It's so weird. Puka, Marvin Harrison, Pickens, Ridley, Myers, Dotson, Wilson. I can fuck with this group. Little double stack in Pittsburgh, has a single stack with Marv, has the bring back with Puka, which is a fun start if you guys have been doing that one in the first and second round. Kelsey and Jonnu, same bye week. He just said F it. And he brings in Justin Fields with that double, or no double. Just the bring back in Kelsey. So a little more rushing upside for the team. I don't know if you have to do that with Kyler, but it looks like it was a luxury pick. So nice draft from C Money. Chase Drez at the 12, Purdy and Goff. Gibbs, Warren, Spears, McLaughlin, Elijah Mitchell, and Will Shipley. Ayuk, Zay Flowers, Worthy, J-Mo, Polk, Wendell Robinson, Baker, and Slayton. And then, so I was going to say, what happened? It's super elite at tight end, Sam Laporta and Kittle. I'm not doing too many teams like this. It'll be less than 1% of my portfolio, but I mean, at least he correlated. He gets the double stack with 2 pocket passers. I think that's important for finals. And I mean, he gets actually gets a triple with Gibbs. Elijah Mitchell, not as much of a pass catcher, but nice draft from Jay Stress. And Jarrell joins the YouTube Spoons, not a minute too late. Welcome, my man. Welcome. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. If you guys are interested in the overlay shown, bestballoverlay.com, promo code all caps pounders for 33% off. It also going to come with the draft tools there. You can go into your portfolio, see your unique combinations, and the graphs coming, I believe, tomorrow, which is going to be just digesting your playoff portfolio. So appreciate you guys watching this one, and we will catch you on the next one. Catch you tomorrow. Pounders.